Have you ever had a setback in life or a failure that really put you back? In this video, I'm going to talk about 6 tips to recover from failures and setbacks to help you get back on your feet and restart and move on with life. But before we get started, please do me a huge favor and hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications to get more videos like this. So in this video, we're going to talk about 6 ways to overcome setbacks and failures. Setbacks and failures are an unfortunate part of life. They happen to all of us. We're humans, we're not robots. We do make mistakes. So when it happens, how do you recover? Well, here are 6 ways that have helped me get back up, pull my crap together, and move on with life. I'd like to share them with you today. Number 1 is, this has worked really well for me, is redirecting your frustration or that energy or that anxiety or that stress, whatever you're feeling, into a solution. So there's been many times in recent life where I had a major setback, either in a relationship or at work or in personal life, whatever it was, and it hit me hard. And when you're down, you're normally pretty frustrated, pissed off, or unhappy with the world. And instead of using that to get depressed or be more unhappy or to get pity and say my life sucks, what always helped me is to say, you know what, I'm gonna channel this negative energy, as I could view it, or this positive energy or this desire for change into a solution. So I would take that hurt, that emotion, that frustration, and I'd channel that into finding a solution. Whether that was going on YouTube and watching videos like this to find answers, or reading books, or going through courses, or whatever it is, or going to workshops. I know that, you know, we're all humans, right? And I had relationship issues with my wife. We'd been married for 13 years and we ran into some hard times that really sucked. And it was hard. It was really hard. But instead of me throwing in the towel, I went harder into finding videos that I knew would help me, going to therapy, talking through our issues, and working on improving our marriage versus just giving up. So if you do have setbacks, this is one of the things that has helped me more than anything else when I have a failure, is channeling that energy, whatever it is you're feeling, anger, frustration, stress, anxiety, channel that into a solution. Take that and let that keep you up at night and looking for an answer to that problem. That's one way that has really helped me in my life overcome setbacks. Another one is to be honest with yourself. I know this may sound stupidly simple, but a lot of times when we have a setback, we want to blame something else. We want to blame someone else, some situation we couldn't control, and we want to pass the buck. But a lot of times I found when I look at myself in the mirror and I say, Calvin, why did this happen to you? And I'm honest and I'm vulnerable and I'm real. That's the first thing. I think, I don't know if I heard it from where I heard it from, but if you don't admit there's a problem, you can't start looking for the answer. So until you admit there's a problem, or you admit that you had a failure or a problem, you're not going to be open-minded to the solution that could help you solve it. So start by being honest with yourself. It's not fun, but take a little bit of time to self-reflect. The other thing is, learn from it. I don't recommend sitting there and dwelling on it and being frustrated or depressed or unhappy for the rest of your life, but be honest with yourself, then learn from it, make those lessons, make sure you don't forget it. You know, this was really obvious in the recession, the last recession, when everything hit the fan with real estate. A lot of people took that opportunity and learned from it. We will not forget it. If you lived through it and you had hardship as a result, you're not going to forget the lessons that you learned as a result. Same goes with any setback that you have. Another one is forgive yourself. Again, you're a human. You're not a robot. You're going to make mistakes. So instead of being hard on yourself and beating yourself up or being unfair to yourself, forgive yourself. Love yourself first. There's a book out there, I think it's called Love Yourself, and he talked about in his book on how he had a horrible setback and he got really depressed, really down. And he said the biggest thing that helped him was he loved himself first. He rested, he took care of himself, and he kept telling himself, I love you, you're worthy of love, whatever it is. I don't remember the whole details of the book. It's a simple book, but the lesson stuck. Forgive yourself, love yourself, and just let it go. Just, you're human, right? Another one is self-soothing. Obviously, self-soothing is easy to do it incorrectly. We can eat, we can drink too much alcohol, we could do drugs, we could do all sorts of negative things that are not going to help us, that are going to make our situation worse or harder to get up from. Instead of that, I highly recommend you do something positive. One example is nature. get out in nature, whether that's taking a walk, going on a hike, going to the beach, going out on a lake, whatever that is for you. If you can get out in nature, disconnect from the devices, get some alone time, you'll reset your brain. You will really help yourself. And then another one is sleeping. So many people, when they're in stress or when they're in a stressful situation or they've had a failure, they go and they try to, and this kind of talks about number 6, is they react out of desperation. You know, I know it's such an easy thing. Let's say it's a financial setback where you thought a real estate deal was gonna close if you're a realtor, and all of a sudden it fell through at the last minute and you don't have the income that you were expecting, or a commission if you're a salesperson. And instead of reacting out of desperation, take a step back, think about what is the smart way to overcome this versus the one I'm just gonna grind through it. Sometimes that's all the solutions. Sometimes you do have to grind through it, but don't react out of desperation. Take care of yourself, get your sleep, get your rest. I don't know what the study is, but I've heard it many times before, that when you are facing challenging times or you're going through a stressful situation or you're depressed, sleep, taking care of yourself in obviously positive ways is going to help you overcome it. It's gonna reset your body. I know that I started tracking my sleep, I think 3 to 4 years ago with an app called Sleep Tracker. And it would track my sleep cycles and how I did it. And I was usually sleeping between 5.5 to 6.5 hours of sleep per night. When I started tracking that, I bumped it up to 7 to 7.5 hours and did some research on it, and my anxiety and stress level dropped immensely. Nowadays, when I sleep less than 7 hours at night, or I have a really unrested night, my anxiety and stress level goes up. I'm more irritable during work. I'm more irritable to my wife. These are not good and positive things, so take care of yourself. So these are 6 tips that have really helped me. If you enjoyed these, you'll enjoy the productivity tips over at smartagents.com/productivity. Go check it out. There's some good, helpful resources there that you can go deeper on this topic with. And if you like this video, do me a huge favor, like it, subscribe, turn on notifications to get more videos like it. I really like to create these videos for you if you enjoy them. If no one enjoys them, there's obviously no point in creating them. So I hope this was helpful. If you have any comments or feedback, post them in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. And let me know what's worked for you. These are just things that have worked really well for me that I've learned over the year as I've been through some difficult times. And I hope they work well for you as well. Thanks for watching.